Hey guys, my name is Asia, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a satin backless top. So if you want to learn how to do that, then just keep on watching. So for this top, I grabbed some satin fabric and I just cut out a giant square. And when you're cutting out your square, just hold up the fabric to your body and make sure that it's long enough to your liking. And also make sure that it doesn't wrap all the way around your body because you want it to be an open back. The next thing that I did was make the neckline of the shirt, and I wanted it to be kind of like a mock turtleneck kind of style. So to do that, I turned the fabric so that the wrong side was facing up and I folded it in half. And then I marked the center point of the fabric, and then I measured the width of my neck, and then I just marked the right and the left side of that center point. Once that was done, I grabbed my ruler and I made a line from the point that you see in the video all the way down to where I wanted my armpit to be, and then I just cut that line. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but when you're cutting out this shape, make sure to cut it out twice, one for the inner layer and one for the outer layer. So this is what it should look like when you open it up, and then just remember that there are two pieces of fabric to this. So the next thing that I did was pin the shirt all the way around the perimeter, and then I just sewed that down, making sure to leave making sure to leave a small opening so that I could turn the fabric right side out. Once that was done, I just turned the shirt right side out, and then I closed that small opening that I had made earlier with a straight stitch. So the next thing that I did was add the ruching to the neck part and the bottom of the shirt. And to do that, I just cut out some elastic and I sewed it directly onto the back side of the shirt. Also, when I was sewing the elastic to the top part of the shirt, I did make a casing for it, and it's really easy to do that. Just sew along the top part of the elastic and the very bottom part of the elastic. And this is what the ruching should look like once the elastic is sewn on. So the next thing that I did was make a string so that I could feed it through the casing that I had made earlier. And to make that string, I just cut out a long piece of fabric and folded it in half so that the wrong side was facing up, and then I just sewed that down. And then I just turned the fabric right side out using a loop turner. I got this one off of Amazon. And then I just sewed both ends closed using a straight stitch. So the next part of this tutorial was it was the hardest part. I made the mistake of making the casing a little bit too narrow. So when I fed the string through that casing, it was like super difficult. So if you're doing this tutorial, just learn from my mistake and make the casing as wide as possible. So next I added my grommets to the shirt, and I added 2 at the very top, like right where my armpit is, and 2 at the very bottom. And once I put those grommets in, I grabbed 2 chains and I fed one through the armpit part and one through the bottom part, and I just secured them with a clasp. And that is how I made a satin backless top. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. HICAP.